Hello and welcome back to the news you missed. This is the video game news show that gets you caught up on all the gaming news that happened this week and keeps you in the loop. Click subscribe today, hit that bell if you want to get notifications, and get ready to sign in, like, and share this video because there's plenty of other people out there who would like to know the gaming news that happened this week. And I want to start off by saying that there's a new Pokemon announced for Sword and Shield. Well, two of them. One is a bird that looks like it's from the movie Up, and the other one is a possessed kettle. That's right. You heard me right. The funny thing about this, though, is that there's somebody who predicted that this Pokemon would have existed several years before the announcement. So, while this may not be a leak of sorts, it does seem like this person has an in because the prediction is so accurate, it's almost mind-blowing that it could be that accurate without any prior knowledge. A lot of people are still arguing that Sword and Shield are pretty bland, basic, the animations suck, the graphics are meh, and whatever else you'd like to add to that argument. Regardless, the game's still not out, so I'm going to withhold my full reservations and my thoughts on that until the game does come out. Moving on, we have Banjo Kazooie arriving in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, so if you guys haven't gotten a chance to play with it yet, and you have nabbed the Fighter's Pass, make sure to download that. While speaking about Banjo-Kazooie, Sakurai acknowledged that if you are going to play Banjo-Kazooie, you can play it on the Xbox. And it ended up causing Xbox to start trending. I mean, it was on a Nintendo broadcast that he is advising people to go and play a game on Xbox instead of Nintendo, but then again, how else would you play Banjo-Kazooie? It's not like the Rare Replay collection is available on the Switch or anything, though that would be awesome if it was. And I would absolutely love it if Microsoft would work with Nintendo and make that happen. But as of now, what he said is true. Please, by all means, play it on Xbox. Fatal Fury's Terry is coming to Super Smash Bros., which, that's pretty cool. If you guys don't know about Fatal Fury, all you have to do is look it up on YouTube, and you'll get yourself a nice dose of that. Fatal Fury is a fighting game that was first developed by SNK back in 1991, so it's not like they have a huge working relationship with Smash Bros., but it does make sense that a character from a fighting game is going to cross over into Smash Bros. That said, I would absolutely love to see more fighting game characters cross over. Perhaps Liu Kang from Mortal Kombat, or possibly Fulgore from Killer Instinct. I don't know. What would you like to see come to Smash Bros. Next? And finally, in Smash news, we also have the costumes that have come up. You can now acquire a Team Rocket Mii costume for the Mii fighters. You can also grab yourself a Zero Mii costume, as well as the big hitter, the Sans costume. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, Sans is an actual Mii fighter costume for the Mii Gunner, and he looks and plays just like the Mii Gunner, with the exception that he is one big bonehead now. Super Nintendo games are now available on the Switch. Ladies and gentlemen, there's a big list of games, but I'm going to just go ahead and say a couple of them. There's about 20. Super Mario Kart is on it, Super Mario World 2, Yoshi's Island, F-Zero, Legend of Zelda, Super Metroid, Super Mario World, Star Fox. You have Demon's Crest, which is a real great cult classic, and there's many others that are very good on the list. I just named some big hitters there. I've already played several of them, and they play like they normally would. The funny thing is that this is wrapped in and available for anyone who is paying for Nintendo Online, so I think it's a great addition to the Nintendo Switch Online service that is about, and I think it does outdo a lot of the other services if it continues to grow and adds N64 games, GameCube games, and who knows what else will be added in the future. We're going to switch gears here, and we're talking about Overwatch coming to the Nintendo Switch October 15th. We had that leak where we thought at some point in time, perhaps Tracer was going to be in Smash. The writing's on the wall. Nobody wanted Tracer in the game, and I'm not really sure how many people wanted Overwatch on Switch, but it's coming. But here's the problem. Overwatch on the Nintendo Switch is set at 30 FPS, 900p docked, and 720p handheld. Now, I'm going to go ahead and show you some recorded footage of what 30 FPS 900p looks like and what 720p 60 FPS would look like. showing you just exactly the difference and why I would have way rather preferred to have 60 FPS at 720p. Being capped at 30 FPS, both in docked and handheld, is a real disappointment for a competitive game like Overwatch, and at the end of the day, I most definitely am not going to be buying it for that reason. It's also pretty crazy to see Overwatch on the Switch because there is no hotspot that you can just connect to unless you have a phone with you. So, unless you're willing to use a cellular device to connect your Switch to, there's really no way for you to just roam out in the open playing your Switch online. And your Switch only has a limited amount of battery. With this game being a very, very graphically intense game, I'm quite sure that it's going to take up a lot of your battery life too, meaning that you'll probably only be able to play it wherever you take your Switch to and set it down at, versus being able to just play it on the go in the car during long train rides and things like that. Again, pick it up if you want to, but make sure you know what you're buying. Ladies and gentlemen, Catherine, Full Body's success make its reductive gender tropes sting so much more. Hey Kotaku, don't buy the fucking game if you don't like it. But then you couldn't write an article bitching and moaning about the tropes and rile up all the people who get upset at genders. Alright, I got you, Kotaku. CD Projekt Red has confirmed that multiplayer is coming to Cyberpunk 2077, so if that's something you were looking forward to, it's going to be happening. That's nice because multiplayer keeps a lot of games alive, where a lot of games are confined to single player, they often die out, so that's good. We have Yacht Club Games announcing Shovel Knight Dig. This is a segment for Shovel Knight that is continuing the game, where instead of going forward and up and around, you are digging down through dungeons, which is pretty cool. I really appreciate what they're doing in the game, adding to it, and there's another segment of the game that you're going to have to take on with a new villain. It looks pretty nice and pretty cool. If you enjoy Shovel Knight, you will likely enjoy this segment, so make sure to check it out if this is something you're into. It wasn't meant to be this lightning rod. Valve developer looks back on the company's Epic Store exclusivity comments. So this article starts out by stating that when Metro Exodus was made an Epic Store exclusive 2 weeks before its launch, Valve added fuel to the fire by appending a note to the game's Steam page that called the move unfair to Steam customers. This riled up the customer base and apparently created mobs and hordes that were against the Epic Store. Now, I'm 100% against how this article is written because I disagree with it wholeheartedly. I believe that the mobs and hordes of people would have descended upon the Epic Store regardless of if Valve had any involvement or not. Nobody likes exclusivity. It makes no sense on PC. PC should be an open market to where you can run any game you want anywhere. These store launchers are actually a real serious cancer on the PC gaming community. Exclusivity deals cause you to be forced to use the Epic Store and everything that comes with it versus being able to buy it on Steam, GOG, and Epic. Being able to buy it off a box in a store like Walmart, being able to download CD keys. There's a big argument for why you make something exclusive. Maybe you want to prevent piracy. Maybe you want to make sure that the game is being sold at the proper rate, and I understand that. But at the same time, if you're going to try and say that it's okay for people to exclude you from their game, from the community, you are 100% wrong. Exclusively means to exclude, which means that by creating exclusive games, you are excluding your community. And for those who were on Steam looking forward to play this game, they were excluded by this exclusivity. So regardless to what Steam actually said, I 100% disagree that they added fuel to the fire. Did they maybe add to the discussion that was already happening? Absolutely. But I disagree wholeheartedly that they created the mobs. We voted with our wallets. We continue to vote with our wallets. And these exclusivity deals will not stop being hammered by us gamers. It's shitty to exclude the PC gaming community when you can essentially install your game on any PC that meets the base requirements. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of the news you missed. I would really appreciate your comments and your thoughts in the section below. Let me know what you think about these exclusivity deals. Let me know what you think about the Smash DLC fighter packs and the new DLC fighters that are coming. Let me know what you think about the Overwatch and the resolution that it's constrained to. I'm really interested in your comments, and I would love it if you would like and share this video with other people. I've been your host, the Grandmaster Gamer, and I hope you guys have a great week. As always, good gaming, God bless, and I hope to see you back here next time with the News You Missed recap.